All right, everybody, welcome back into Inside the Game podcast.
We are a soccer nation.
Have such a deep appreciation for hyper-local, community-based, lower-level soccer. There's going to be millions of fans over here that want to watch and consume as much football as they can.
What you are doing is important. And this is all about, like I said, spreading the gospel. It takes a village, right?
No, I just really appreciate being on here and you being able to provide this platform for, us and all those people grinding away at the lower leagues, just trying to make great things happen. So I really appreciate you and you guys know what you're doing. And
All right, hello everyone. Welcome into Inside the Game, episode 316. My name is Ryan Glinsky. We got producer James Schofield in the building. We've got Layla and Frank already in the chat. Get in the chat if you haven't already. Sorry, I'm still kind of picking up some thoughts here because like 5 minutes ago, I did see that Argentina is now being investigated for fraud, money laundering, and all that stuff, and that's not how I expected to start off the show. So our guy James over here is going to have to stay on top of the news and update us. I'm going to be scrolling through Twitter and refreshing Twitter as much as possible. But yes, Argentina is currently being investigated. I was going to start off the show with, what do we do, guys? The World Cup is not on today for the first time in just under a month, just about 30 days. We do not have soccer or football on. So, yeah, this is I'm still kind of at a loss for where I want to start off the show in the transition of the show and the flow. So just bear with me. My apologies. But yes, Argentina is currently being investigated by the FBI for fraud and money laundering, and obviously we can look at yesterday's game as maybe an example for that. But before we get fully into it, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll probably get to what we should do, James, without having the World Cup at all today. But yeah, no, let's just go into what we're going to talk about, at least for today as well, afternoon 2-2. Dave, let's just get into the talking points as he's updated it. We were going to talk about no World Cup today. What do we do? VAR favors the big nations. That's kind of going to go into coincide with Egypt, Argentina. Will the USA ever be good at soccer? We're going to talk about that. USA's top prospects, whatever. But obviously, we're going to have to get into and then obviously the members only today as well. But obviously the Argentina UEFA Under-19 Championship semifinals are happening today too. I didn't know that. And then he says, why do you think Trump gave... I don't even know who that guy is. So I don't know who that is, Frank. You'll have to educate me, or James will have to educate me on that, who that guy is. But anyway, so right now, as it stands currently, Argentina Football Association under FBI investigation over suspected money laundering during the FIFA World Cup 2026 and also fraud as well. Oh, President of Argentina. Okay, appreciate it, Frank. And then also, what is that, James?
Oh, just thumbs upping because
Oh, gotcha.
he's the president of Argentina.
And then they are investigating fans as well, or investigating fans for apparently some racial comments towards the Egyptian players and even Aisho. I don't know if people know who Aisho Speed is, but he is a streamer, obviously, who's a big Ronaldo fan. He is not a Messi guy. That's also being investigated as well. Because there was some racist comments towards him from the Argentina fans, so that is also being an investigation. So really, this whole game is kind of all over the place based on what happened yesterday, and we can get into the big ones, especially yesterday with the whole foul, if it's not a foul, whatever it was. I don't think the PK was a PK on Mo Salah. I think he goes to ground relatively easily, and I also don't think. The only issue, the one that I had the biggest issue was the Lisandro Martinez foul. I think that is too far away from play. I mean, VAR even had to speed up the play on the field to get to the goal because of how far it was. I feel like I just don't think that they should have to get into VAR shouldn't intervene with something like that simply because of the amount of how long it is to get into the goal. Like I just don't know if VAR can intervene all the way from it. Layla thinks this is the worst World Cup ever. I don't think it's the worst World Cup ever. I've enjoyed it. It's a soap opera for sure. And James, I think you can agree with me on this. What do Americans like the most when it comes to just about anything? Drama. They absolutely love it. Like that is why also I think that is also why I think Flo Balogun's thing got overturned as well, because now you're adding in another sidebar when it comes to the game, and obviously Americans don't really care about the world or the soccer aspect of sports. So that is definitely Fabian. We already know Fabian already coming in hot. Yeah, it's. We know why. We know why. And I do want to get into the VAR decisions against the smaller nations as well. I don't think that's anything new. I mean, you could just watch I watched the EPL as much as possible, and from an Arsenal perspective, Kai Havertz should have been sent off against Burnley, but he didn't. I mean, it was against Burnley, a relegated team, against a team that was, going to win the Prem in less than 24 hours that day. So I think that is something that we all know, that is, the smaller teams are not going to get into they're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. That's as simple as that. Also, Egypt has officially filed a complaint with FIFA after their controversial World Cup defeat to Argentina. Egyptian FA has requested an investigation into the referee, Francois Letexier, and his team, claiming several key decisions went against them, including a disallowed goal, a denied penalty, and what they described as a double standard. The federation has also asked FIFA to remove Letexier, the referee, from the rest of the tournament. I do believe. Okay, I don't think the PK was that much of a PK. I think Salah goes to ground way too easy. That's just my personal opinion. But I thought that the Lisandro Martinez one was. I thought the Lisandro Martinez challenge was a little bit far. I don't know if VAR can intervene at that point. I mean, Hassan got past 2 or 3 Argentine defenders. I mean, they could have made a tackle to get there. It's on the complete other side of the field, but at the same time, the way the game progressed, I mean, Egypt kind of sat back a lot. I didn't really like that part. They choked the lead, but I don't think that goal should have been disallowed. I know I said on stream. Again, I was kind of looking at my phone. I was trying to get some clips up from the stream. That's what happens when you can't. We need a professional clipper, John. If you're watching this, can we get a professional clipper for myself? That'd be awesome. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have to do it still. No big deal. But when you're trying to clip stuff and reactions to stuff, sometimes you miss sometimes a part of the game. It was. And I missed it, so all I saw was the foul itself. That was what I saw. I didn't see anything up in the build-up because I was looking at my phone trying to clip a couple things. Let's see here. Frank says, have you seen that president of the AFA, Argentina? Looks like a genuine mobster. I have not looked at him. James, can you find a photo of him and put him up on the screen, please? The Argentina president of the... Not the Argentina president, the Argentina Football Association president. If you could do that for me, shout out James for doing that. Did you see that?
You don't want Javier?
Whatever his name is, whatever it is. Did you see that all the referees tomorrow France game are Argentina? I did not see that. Argentinian, right? Why no cards against Paraguay? That's a chippy game. That's a very chippy game. I liked Mbappe's quote though. They wanted us to play in tuxedos or whatever. Swiss Michael, congratulations on the win yesterday in the Pens. Hi guys, don't worry, Swiss will end Messi at Saturday. I hope Caden somehow gets in here, but he is obviously Claudio Tapia is his name, by the way, James. That is his name. Literally when this news broke, I was completely prepared to go somewhere else, so I'm still scrambling as much as you guys right now. I learned this 5 minutes before the show, so I'm still trying to scramble here. Layla, so many scandals, and we didn't even reach oh my god, he does look like a mobster.
Yeah,
he does. Wow, that's crazy. He does look like a mobster. Wow, that is for sure. Can you find the Swiss manager as well, the Switzerland World Cup manager? Because he looks like a Bond agent, dude. He's not. He looks like he's not a mobster, but he looks like a Bond agent or something. Like he looks like he should be in the FBI too.
Oh my gosh!
Like tell me like he doesn't look like he should be in the FBI too.
You gotta be shitting me right.
Yeah,
Are you
he
serious
looks like
right
he
now?
should be in that guy. Put both guys up on the screen. Put the Claudio guy up on one side, and then put the Swiss manager up on the other side. Like you got to tell me like that guy, the Swiss manager, this guy right. Oh my God, this guy right here. I don't know. The Swiss manager right here looks like he should be investigating this guy right here. Like
actually, here's what I'm gonna say. The president looks like he was hired by the manager to go whack a guy.
That too. That is also a good one. Yeah, that is
the enforcer for him.
For sure. I think they're like working together.
Exactly.
I think that's what they're doing.
Mr. Bond, you thought you were coming to the World Cup. You were mistaken.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. Also, another one. I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I did, so I'm just going to repeat it just in case. FIFA has opened an investigation into racist behavior aimed at IShowSpeed at the World Cup by Argentina fans. Argentine supporters are accused of making racist insults towards him during the match against Cape Verde. One of them also allegedly told him to go back to the zoo and made monkey gestures while looking at the streamer. That is a little bit of an old pick for sure.
Hold on, I've got one even better then. We want to talk about mobsters over here.
I
mean,
Frank says he looks
mobster.
Yeah, that's the photo.
That is the mobster shot right there.
He also looks like he still looks the same. Still looks like he hired the Argentine guy. Can you put that photo up and the mobster one photo? That's a better one. Again, get your thoughts in the comments as well. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. That's great. That is great. That guy hired that guy.
Yep.
Like that's what they did.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's what they did. Let's see here. Frank says a new episode of The Sopranos with these guys.
Heck yeah.
I mean, this whole World Cup is like the episode of The Sopranos, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Swiss said, old picture, he has gray hair. We got that one up. Our coach is from Turkey. Okay, I can see it. He is our legend now. Dude, I did not have a chance to see the Switzerland game after the first half. So, I watched the first half and that was it. I had to get ready for my own game over in Connecticut. So, yeah. Oh, this is a good one from Frank. New series, Ma FIFA. Spelled like mafia, but
that is perfect.
Hit the horn for that one. Frank did hit the horn for that one. That's what it looks like. Fabian, when a coach puts an X with their arms, they have to stop the game and start racism protocol, and the Egypt coach did that, and the referee didn't pay attention and resumed the game. I did see that. He didn't do that at all. And there was a lot of fishy stuff in that game yesterday. Obviously, if you're Egypt, you can't blow a 2-goal lead like that. Let's be real with that aspect. That you don't blow a 2-goal lead like that. You don't want to be like Japan did in 2018 to Belgium. I get that. But at the same time, I do believe that goal, the disallowed goal against the foul against Lisandro Martinez or whatever it was, I think that was a little bit. I don't think that should have been overturned. I feel like that is too far. It's in the build-up, but I feel that's on the complete other side of the field. That's on the complete other side of the field. I don't know why that should have been given as a call. I really don't. And then obviously you have the whole Cape Verde situation as well. A couple of fouls. I still don't believe the Mo Salah. I don't believe the Mo Salah one should have been a PK. I think he goes to ground a little bit too easy. It's almost like he has the little Liverpool still in him. You can take the man out of Liverpool, but not the Liverpool out of the man. I don't agree with that PK. I don't think that should have been a PK. He goes to ground way too easy. But yeah, no, I don't believe that goal should have been disallowed. Then maybe you could say it goes into extra time because Argentina did score 3, but again, the game was changed at that point. So again, maybe they don't even score the third goal, but they're still moving on. They're going to take on Switzerland. Obviously, they're not going to pull anything back. A couple more comments coming in. Egyptian supporters needed to go through security while the Argentinians could walk through. And then you have the incident at the airport last time. Bro, even if you have a 5-goal lead, the referees will look for Argentina to win. Swiss was a terrible game, but versus Argentina, we will play soccer. Also, our shooting star didn't play yesterday. Johan Manzambi, Layla fishy like hell. Lautaro should have gotten a red card. I don't think he should have gotten a red card. I do believe that I don't believe he should have gotten a red card. He didn't like go like Gabriel and headbutt the guy. He didn't do that. Where I mean, he just kind of got in the face. I think he got a yellow card. I don't exactly recall it, but he should have probably gotten booked for it. I do agree with that part, but I don't think he made actual like contact. Like he didn't like make it put his head on someone to actually get that. Don't forget Infantino is Swiss. No cheat at Saturday. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. And that's right, Messi did miss a PK as well. Layla says Frank called him Missy. That's a funny one. LOL, Missy says Swiss. But okay, let's get into it all. Again, I'm refreshing Twitter as much as possible just to see if there's any latest news on this at all. And yeah, let's see exactly. Again, I don't believe that. Here's I think the harsh reality of this, guys, is I don't think anything's gonna get done. I really don't. They can launch investigations as much as possible, but I think you guys know, I think James knows, I think myself knows that this is gonna talk as much as possible. And I think the only way that you're gonna see like a true anything happen here is like if they really find Infantino doing some wrongdoing, like who is the James, who was the president? Can you search up the FIFA president before Infantino? What was that guy's name? Because obviously they threw the money at him. What was that name?
Sepp Blatter.
Oh yeah, that's right. That guy. Obviously, if they can find some dirt on Infantino like that, then I think something could be done about this. But as long as Infantino is still appreciate it, guys. I knew exactly what he looked like, but I forgot his name. And I think until something like that is truly done, where you can find some wrongdoing from Infantino, there's really some corruption. I mean, I don't know if maybe even the FBI is going to get paid off by Argentina. Maybe that mobster that we've seen that he looks like. I just think money's going to talk in this whole situation. I think everyone knows. I think that's why something like Man City's 119 charges haven't been brought to light yet, because that's what I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying is that Layla doesn't think this is going to go away. Frank on 30 wow, I forget the Europeans don't put the month before the dates. That threw me off there for a second. So on December 30th, 2025, a complaint was filed with the U.S. Attorney's Office and Financial Crimes Enforcement Network alleging the Argentine Football Association had diverted more than $42 million generated by the commercial exploitation of the Argentine national team through a network of shell companies with no employees and no declared commercial activity registered in Florida. Well, and they could be really cooked for that as well. Fabian, I'm Latino and Argentine, Paraguay, and Uruguay, the most racist country within Latin America, and they ultra dislike people of color. Swiss, Infantino, and Blatter were born in the same little village in Switzerland. So what's going on in that little village of Switzerland, Swiss, Michael? What's going on? What are they teaching over there? No, it's I would love for it. If there's any wrongdoing, don't get me wrong. Just throw a hypothetical out there. Like if Arsenal, for example, was in the wrongdoing of something, I don't know what it would be, if they were doing they broke some financial breaches, which it doesn't seem like they have done that, or any regulations or anything like that. Don't true. Layla is correct. Something will always be happening in Florida. Anything would be happening.
It's the bath salts over there, man.
The bath salts. Dude, something will always be happening bad in Florida. Swiss, they teach corruption in that little village. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they got to get a new school curriculum for that little village in Switzerland.
This is a washer. This is money. You put money in washer.
They're teaching something in that curriculum. I don't know what it is, but I just don't see, like, if Arsenal were to do this, obviously let's bring it to light and let's strip them of a title or whatever it is. But the only scandals that, at least in my lifetime, the scandals that I have seen in sports, like you think of the Michigan football, for example, the Houston Astros, anything regarding the Patriots, like none of that ever, like, it gets brought to light and then nothing happens. Like no titles get stripped, no one gets like banned, no one does this. So that's why I believe in my heart that nothing is going to truly happen with this situation, is because I haven't seen any examples in my lifetime, at least, of anything like where this finally gets brought to light and people get in trouble for it, and no one gets stripped of titles. So that's why I think that nothing is going to happen, and I think that Henry did have a handball against Ireland, and I do believe that, like, obviously the whole Balogun situation as well, that is definitely something that probably needs to get investigated as well, but nothing will ever happen to that as either. And don't blame Phil Balogun for it. He doesn't deserve any of the scrutiny. You can blame the higher ups for that situation, but do not blame Phil Balogun for what happened. Don't blame the players. The players aren't involved in anything like this. And that's another thing with Argentina, is unless players were directly involved in whatever is going on, do not blame the players. Just blame the higher ups of the football federations, FIFA, whatever it is. Do not blame the players unless somehow they're involved in something, which, I mean, I don't think someone like Lionel Messi would be involved in doing something like this, but if he were involved, this really hurts him a little bit in terms of his overall legacy and his GOAT status. So again, unless a player is directly involved that we know, please do not blame any of the players at all. But again, Argentina is currently under investigation. Frank in there as well. Fabian, what would they do if someone breaks Messi's nose? Would they then open an investigation and deny them a medal? If someone hurts the cash cow, definitely something's going to happen. And I think this is also important to mention as well, is if this World Cup was not in the U.S., the whole Balogun situation doesn't happen. Balogun isn't playing in the Belgium game. Like that it's as simple as that. But there are certain players that are going to have the benefit of the doubt. You have to, if you are FIFA, if just looking from the eyes of FIFA, and let's just say that there's some funny business that they can get involved in, you're going to protect the cash cow as much as possible, and that is ladle. Some people are now saying Missy, Missi, and I think that's hilarious. But they're going to protect the cash cow as much as possible. Like if Ronaldo was still in his prime, obviously, I think Ronaldo would probably be protected as well. You think of a Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe is definitely going to start getting that treatment if he hasn't already. And it is something that I think you have to think about. Is I think there is something that you have to protect the cash cow. And you absolutely have to realize that. I mean, look at Manchester City, for example, the Premier League. Why do you think that that none of this was ever brought to light when Pep Guardiola was? Why do you think nothing's happened until, if anything happens, it's after Pep leaving? And why do you think nothing was brought up during Pep Guardiola at all? The reason is simple, because you have to protect the cash cow. And anything like this, if anything ever happens with Argentina, if anything ever happens to this group, is if Messi stops playing. Like if it all of a sudden comes out and it's Argentina's guilty for this, and that, and you want to punish them for, maybe banning them from a World Cup, banning them from a Copa America, whatever it is, you aren't going to do that until Messi is going to stop playing, and that's why I think another time is when you look at the NFL, when it came to Tom Brady and the Patriots, you weren't going to punish Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. You weren't, because they were the best team. They were a dynasty. You had the greatest quarterback of all time. You are not going to do that at all. So I think that is something worth mentioning in this one. But I think that is worth mentioning, is you have to protect the cash cow. Let's see here. A lot of comments in here. I may not be able to get to every single one of them. The central question being examined. Oh gosh, missed it. Yeah, comments keep coming in. The central question being examined is not simply that money moved, but where it went afterward and whether the transfer had legitimate business purposes. That's definitely something you've got to figure out, but the people and in the process have got to figure out. And I have a feeling where it went, but it would be anti-something. 2014, yes, Switzerland almost kicked him out. Also, Norway is probably going to go to the finals since the Adidas president is Norwegian. I mean, I wouldn't mind Norway in the finals. I wouldn't mind. I would like to see them beat England. JV, bro, hopefully you're all right, man. How are you feeling after those Blazing Wings? JV's just said for the show, I'm gonna eat Blazing Wings when the U.S. scores. Luckily, they only scored one. This is why I seriously despise Argentina and Messi. Honest to God, Messi can retire right now, and I will always hate Argentina football. I told that to the Argentina lady last night. Bro, Fabian, why are you telling this? Why are you telling this old lady who's just probably minding her own business that, man, they suck, man. I hate like, bro, why are you telling her that? Let's see here. I also heard he was allowed to buy. That was, if you're talking about Messi. So Frank, I don't know if you know about. I don't know if people know about this, but it's the same thing with David Beckham. It's the MLS trying to get that pull of players over, like Beckham back in the day and Messi now. Like, you've got to incentivize them with some crazy thing. Like, you've got to, like, Beckham was allowed, like, ownership. If he came to the LA Galaxy, which he did, he was then able to buy a team. He was going to have a team, like, when he retires at some point, and obviously that turned into Inter Miami. And Messi obviously has some ownership in the team as well. That was definitely a selling point to bring Lionel Messi into the league. I don't know exactly if back in the day Pele had that type of an incentive for joining the league. I don't know about that. But that is definitely an incentive for bringing in a player of Messi's caliber. And you wonder maybe if someone like a Ronaldo were to show up into the league, would he have that incentive as well? Layla thinks the finals is going to be Argentina versus Norway. Swiss is confident that the Swiss are going to beat Argentina in it. JV, is not the Argentina is paying FIFA. It's that FIFA realized that without Messi, there wouldn't be any money. So pretty much since Infantino took command in 2016, they started to give Messi everything. That is a good point. That is a good point. That's actually a good point, actually, JV, because you think about it. After the debacle in 2016 for the Copa America, or was it 2018, 2016? I forget the exact year, but where they lost again in a Copa America final. He was going to quit. And obviously, again, you got to protect the cash cow. And he was going to quit. All of a sudden, he comes back. Again, I don't think there was really any funny business in 2022. I mean, PKs after PKs. I just think they were a better team than everyone else. I mean, they choked the lead against France. I mean, maybe the script writers that day had they picked what a script, man. I mean that is true. They picked the best script ever. But I mean, Argentina choked leads time and time again. I mean, they lost to they lost a 2-0 lead to the Netherlands, lost a 2-0 lead to France in the final. So definitely something that is definitely a little bit fishy. Again, Fabian says hit the like button. Yes, smash the like button if you guys have not already. If we
Argentina, by the way, has come up with a couple statements.
What's that?
That I found. So I've been kind of scrolling them through, but they're defending everything. They say that the allegations were part of a defamation campaign against the organization, the AFA president, and the treasurer. They also defended its relationship with True or Prod Enter LLC, saying the agreement had been reviewed in both Argentina and the United States without any irregularity having been detected. And the Federation said the contract was valid, transparent, and subject to the corresponding judicial controls.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they're going to come out and defend themselves. That makes sense. But yeah, no, we'll have to see how it plays out. I want to get to this one. Where is it at? Okay, Frank. Well, how interesting is that Poch is Argentinian and coached Messi at PSG? I mean, that can't be a coincidence. He's thinking of the Balogun situation. I don't think Pochettino had anything to do with that part. I think it's simply the guy in the White House. I think that is simply why that thing all happened. They panicked when Ronaldo won in 2016. I don't know. I mean, Ronaldo wasn't even on the field. Have you ever sat near an Argentinian? They act like they are Italians. That's why I think it's mob related. I have not sat next to an Argentinian before in my life. So sorry, I'm like scrolling through Twitter and they are showing like I'm just seeing other examples. This one that I'm watching, VAR canceled this goal for Argentina that went even further back because of a foul in the buildup. This is the reason why you don't know about this is because when Lionel Messi and people don't care when it's him. Interesting. That's against Paraguay in a World Cup qualifier, I believe. Well, Ryan Messi, his dream was always to play in Paris as well, and then after he went to Miami, the dude either can't make up his mind or he is part of something bigger. I don't believe I think firmly that he just wanted to go to the MLS just to be out of the PSG situation. I think PSG was rather toxic with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. Too many egos, too many cooks in the kitchens, and I also believe that he probably liked just knowing who the heck he is in Miami. Okay, no, it's still the same thing. That's still the same thing. Prosecutors have reportedly requested the arrests of Argentina President Claudio Tapia and Treasurer Pablo Tovigio while investigating suspicious loan sponsorship agreements and other financial transactions. The expanding investigations have cast a significant uncertainty over the federation as the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to arrest these people. That comes from... Okay, I don't know if that is a real source, actually. May have to search that one up, James, for me. Let's see here. James, are you happy that you don't have to shave your head?
Yeah, I was saying over there in chat. So the bet that we had was it wasn't really a bet. It was me just more celebrating the U.S. I had to shave my head if we got to the semifinals. So we would have had to have beaten Belgium, and then July 10th, if we had won, I would be shaving my head right after.
Yeah, and luckily we lost.
No,
for James. So James gets.
I look terrible. I look terrible bald. I've tried it, and it was not good.
Let's see here. Give Dave a horn for this. Do what South Park has advised us. Blame Canada. Yeah, it's all Canada's fault. All of a sudden, Canada gets involved in the World Cup, and all this crazy conspiracy happens. Yeah, that's why. I wouldn't be surprised if all of this Messi Argentina football and Infantino are mob related, and the referee. Wow, Fabian is really just going in. But yeah, no, I just don't think anything's gonna happen in this. It's Messi, it's Argentina, it's the greatest player of all time. I don't believe that he is. Hey, would you shave your head if Switzerland beats Argentina, James?
Ooh, I don't know. Everybody just wants me to shave my head. Maybe I should find an old picture and then people may change their minds. It's not a good look. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll pick a team. Maybe we'll pick a team that if they win it, I will shave my head. Maybe we'll do that. Ryan, you know what? Next time you do a segment when we do a prediction on who you think is going to win the World Cup, we'll pick that. And if they win, I will shave my head.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll spin a wheel tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna leave it up to chance.
We're gonna spin a wheel tomorrow, and is that something that we should do? Is that something we should do?
Maybe.
We just spin a wheel, and if
please be sucky team, please be sucky team, please be sucky team.
Again, we can do that. Should we, James? That's up to you. I don't want to force you into something you don't want to do.
I don't know about the wheel. You know what? James changed the style. You look like an 80s dad hairstyle. First of all, I am a dad. Secondly, yeah, I know. So I get my haircut like once every 6 months is kind of how I am. Like I get the really fancy haircut that looks awesome. And then I just let it grow out. And then I'm like, why am I not maintaining?
Once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Well, because you need to maintain yours because you got that look. I don't care enough. So I just let it go. But then I'll do it. And then I feel all fancified and all that. Like I did the whole 9 yards, the hot lather shave with the straight razor, waiting to get whacked. Speaking of the mafia in the chair. I love it. But I only do it once every 6 months.
Would you shave your beard?
Yes, because that drives my kids nuts.
So would you shave your beard? Would you shave your beard if a team won rather than your head?
Oh yeah, okay. In a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, are you famous or is your name famous? My last name is famous because of Prison Break. Good old Michael Schofield.
Welcome in Baco into the chat. Frank, you have the Fabian says you have the Justin Bieber 13-year-old haircut. That's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good one because there was people that I played soccer with that all had that haircut.
You know what? Hold on. There we go. I gotta do the
people I played soccer with that had that haircut, and I was like, bro, you got serious Bieber fever.
Yeah.
And then there was in college sometimes there was one friend. I probably like bullied him into not doing it anymore. He put like the sock hat and it like covered it. He went, but it like he like had this part of his hair like underneath and out from the sock hat, and that's how Justin Bieber used to wear it. Again, well, get a 13-year-old Justin Bieber photo up and put it on the screen. We'll do a side by side of him and James. And I was like, do you have Bieber fever by any chance? And then he like I did it probably like 5 times, and he just stopped doing it. Frank, the allegation is that VID has a $7 million agreement with Argentina Football Association to organize and promote Argentina friendlies in the United States, including a match against Venezuela in 2025 of October. The promoter claims Messi's absence for the match damaged the event because his appearance was a major part of commercial value. Again, that's another reason why I just don't think anything's going to happen. If anything happens in this, it's after the fact that Messi isn't playing, because you have to protect Messi at all costs. It's, guys, sports is as much as we don't want to say it, sports is still a business. You have to protect the valuable assets, and Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Messi are valuable assets. Those 3 players are assets. Harry Kane's a valuable asset. Erling Haaland is going to get that treatment. Why do you think maybe another reason why Man City hasn't gotten what they've gotten? So that's why we'll get to the picture in a second, James. But if I look at it, and it just doesn't, I just don't see anything happening because Messi, you've got to protect Messi as much as possible. FIFA knows it. Everyone involved knows it. You have to protect Messi. Egypt probably knew that as well. But again, there was double standards in the match as well. I'm not going to disagree what I saw yesterday. I don't think you go back and overturn that one. Fabian mentioned with the racist thing, that wasn't stopped at all. He was livid. He was yelling F you to Messi. But again, protect Messi as much as possible, because what do you need? You need the viewers, like all of us in the chat, James and I included, everyone here, is you need the viewers to tune in. That's what you need. And you're not going to lose Messi like this. The only way anything happens is if Messi isn't playing. I'm not disagreeing that Argentina probably is some foul play. Just look at the last couple of years. I'm not disagreeing on that part. I am just saying I don't think anything happens until Messi leaves and retires and leaves the Football Federation, which, by the way, I do have a take for you guys tomorrow on Messi and Ronaldo. I'm going to save it for tomorrow, just based on what's going on here today. But it involves the 2030 World Cup and what I have to think about that. But yeah, no, get the photo in there. Get the photo.
Okay, everybody, here we go. We have breaking news.
Where's the photo? Wow, that is. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could see it. I think you just need like a little bit, maybe more. It's kind of off to the side a little bit. Maybe you have a little bit more, but
yeah.
And I don't think it's like cut to protect your eyes, but you definitely have the Justin Bieber haircut for sure.
A little bit. This is what it grew into, by the way. It wasn't even the haircut. Like, it grew into this. Apparently, I grow into a 13-year-old pop singer.
Yeah, I genuinely think that you genuinely have Bieber fever. I genuinely believe it.
Never.
I think you have some Bieber. I think you do. Why do you have the haircut then?
The only Bieber song I like is whatever that baby oh, that's spliced with Slipknot. They did a mashup with Slipknot.
Really?
Yes, it's amazing.
You'll have to show me after.
Yeah, the lead singer of Slipknot, they interviewed him and they had him watch, and he's like, dude, this is fucking awesome. This is so cool.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you clearly have Bieber fever.
Oh.
Let's see here.
I mean, it is definitely a disease.
Yeah, we got to get to a commercial break here. We're almost 40 minutes into this thing. Jesus. We haven't even gotten to what we mainly wanted to talk about. It's just all Messi and Argentina. We haven't gotten exactly to what it is. I do want to get into the VAR situations as well with some of the, that's kind of going to transition us into the next one. Maybe we save all the USA stuff for tomorrow. I genuinely don't know, but this kind of really threw a wrench into things here. I genuinely just don't think anything's going to happen with Messi. Again, if you want to skip the line, throw in a super chat. I'm sorry I haven't gotten all of the comments. You guys have been great. Fabian, Dave, Swiss, JV, Bacco, Layla, Frank. You guys have been great here today. Again, continue to get those comments in if you haven't already. I also went into mine and having the CONCACAF Carnival conversation as well, Fabian, but I just don't think that is going to... We're not going to get to that today. We're not going to get into that today. We just don't have the time for it. Let's see here. Bro, imagine Messi becomes Lance Armstrong, says Fabian. Okay. That's definitely a possibility, but again, I don't think anything's going to happen with... Guys, I don't see anything happening with Messi until he's done. I don't see anything happening. Messi is already Armstrong. When he was a teen, he got shots for his body to grow. My English is bad to explain. Sorry. No, I get it though. I get it. Messi did have to have the growth hormone situation. Let's see here. I've been saying it for years. When all is said is done, Messi will be Lance Armstrong of soccer. Gotcha. I mean, I understand it. Ronald McPaul back in there, Argentina.
I love it.
He hit the horns for Ronald. He was getting pissed in the live stream last night or yesterday for Argentina Egypt. He was hoping that they wouldn't pull out the victory, but again, I guess that they obviously did that. But let's get into the VAR conversation about smaller nations. This isn't just the whole Argentina side of things. Argentina is involved in a couple of them as well with Cape Verde. We are going to go into a break here right after this. Again, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Continue to get your thoughts in on the whole Argentina situations. Look, we might not be talking about Argentina exactly in the next one, but James will be updating us. If you have updates, throw them in the chat as well. We will get to it. It's kind of like Messi and Argentina, this whole investigation will get talked about, and we'll jump on it as quickly as possible. But I do want to get into the VAR situations with the smaller nations, so don't go anywhere. Episode 316 will continue.
Welcome to the National Soccer Network, your home for soccer. One destination, every match, every moment. Built for players, powered by passion. Live games, highlights, and more each and every day. Only on the National Soccer Network.
The biggest stage in world soccer is here, and every goal changes everything. FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single one. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. More goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. The U.S. look like they are truly poised for a dream run at this point. From the opening whistle to the final kick, let there be goals on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com to get started now. 21 and over, select state. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 and over in D.C., Kentucky, and Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. In Connecticut, call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. In Massachusetts, visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Louisiana, call 1-877-770-7867. And listen to Orange Slices, sponsored by FanDuel Predicts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Great game footage starts with Veo. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your Veo footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your Veo experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
All right, everyone, welcome back into Inside the Game, episode 316. My name is Ryan Glinsky. We got James Schofield that has a big Justin Bieber guy in the comment or in our producer.
All right. We got to stop that right now. All right. I am not a Bieber. I am not a believer. Okay.
But yeah, no. Again, continue to get your thoughts in there. Hit the like button. We're at 5. Could we get to 10 likes for this one? We just we did the whole Argentina investigation. We're gonna continue on it. It's just gonna be kind of in the distance. James will be updating us. If you have any updates as well, put them in the comments as well. But yeah, no, Swiss Michael says England won't win. They still curse because of Wembley 66. Let's see here. James Bieber says JV. James Bieber, do we like that? Do we like James Bieber? He just gave me a death stare off screen there.
No, hell to the no.
Then we have Swiss going all the way first, Argentina, then Norway, and the final Belgium. LOL. Belgium's not getting to the final. But I do want to get into the VAR conversation. Again, if there's any updates, we will get to Argentina as quickly as possible. But if you could get us to 10 likes, be very much appreciative here on episode 316. But yeah, no, again, we're probably going to save the USA stuff for tomorrow. Maybe we'll go a little bit deeper dive in our all exclusive content for our members only. Maybe we'll get into that there, but we'll probably skip the USA stuff and save it for tomorrow, just because the Argentina thing is obviously much bigger news with everything. But anyway, let's see here. VAR decisions. I don't believe a smaller nation, again, I put it in quotes because some people got mad at me for saying the smaller nations aren't, like I said, smaller nations, but they're like, well, look how big the actual country is. I'm just talking about the lesser teams in this tournament, the Congos, the Cape Verdes, the Uzbekistans, the Haitis, all those types of teams, the Egypts, the smaller nations, and Senegal obviously is getting involved in here. Croatia is going to get involved in here as well, because if you look at it, the smaller nations have not gotten a favorable VAR decision like at all in this tournament. You think of Croatia, I thought they were robbed twice against Portugal, but what did I say? You've got to protect the cash cow. Cristiano Ronaldo is still one of the cash cows. I don't think that they got a fair treatment there. You think of Senegal, was that truly a penalty? I don't think that was truly a penalty on Yuri Tillemans. I think that one should have stayed up. Senegal, they don't get the benefit of the doubt. You think of Egypt yesterday, I don't think that's a foul. I don't think it's a foul. You got to call it on the field. I think it is too far away. Like, even in the VAR, they are just speeding things up. They are just speeding up to get into the goal itself. So I don't think that is, I don't think they got the favorable benefit as well. If you look at it, they're actually like 0-9 is the smaller nations. They haven't gotten a favorable one yet. They're 0-9 in this whole thing. You think of Ghana, England, that's another good one with Harry Kane. Didn't get the benefit of it out there. So the smaller nations still aren't getting the benefit of the doubt. And then if you look at the Argentina side of things, what have I been saying? Nothing's really going to happen in this situation. I really don't see anything happening against Argentina or Messi. I don't see anything, titles getting revoked. If anything happens, it's after Messi leaves. And Frank mentioned it earlier about the friendly with Venezuela. Like, he mentioned about Messi's absence being such a big deal with it. Like, the lesser nations, I mean, even if you watch the Premier League on a consistent basis as much as I do, do you really, in an Arsenal-Burnley game, do you really think Burnley is going to get the benefit of the doubt in the VAR situation? If it's a bang-bang 50-50 call, do you think that's going to happen? No, it's not. Do you think a Man City versus a Brighton, do you think Man City is not going to get the benefit of the doubt? Man City is going to get the benefit of the doubt every single time, because you are protecting the cash cows. You're protecting the teams that have the biggest fan bases, the teams that are going to bring in the most money for that organization. And I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it, but I understand it, and you have to understand it from that standpoint. You've got to understand that. We in America, NBA, how many times have we talked about LeBron? He's going to get the whistle. SGA, how many times is he going to get the whistle? He is going to get the whistles. And that's exactly what it is. And we have to understand that the teams that bring in the most money are going to get the benefit of the doubt, whether that is in the Premier League, La Liga, or here in the World Cup as well. Nothing is going to happen with Lionel Messi in Argentina today. Maybe the fans get investigated, maybe there's a fine, whatever it is. But nothing is going to get done. I'd like to be proved wrong here, because if they're really in some wrongdoing, bring it to justice. But I don't really see anything, because that talks. Money talks the whole time. Good EDM song, by the way. Money talks. Money talks. That's a good one. By the way, voice still shot from the USA game against Belgium. But again, just look at it. It's nothing is going to get brought to light at all in this. The VAR decisions are going to go against the smaller nations. The VAR decisions are going to go against the smaller clubs. That's just the reality of it. And if you don't have, like, look, honestly, the way to win in sports, one of the biggest ways to win in sports, not only because this helps you, as one of the players, is to have a superstar. not only because, he or she is the best athlete out there. Obviously, that's a big part of it. But you get the benefit of the doubt. You're going to get the whistle. You are going to get the foul call that may not have happened in other games because you don't have a Messi, you don't have a Ronaldo, you don't have a Kylian Mbappe, you don't have those types of players. So that's as simple as it gets. Is you have to have a superstar like that, and that's what Messi has. That's why Ronaldo and Portugal got the benefit of the doubt. That is why England and Harry Kane got the benefit of the doubt against Ghana. Like, that's just the reality of it. But smaller nations, smaller clubs are not going to get the VAR decisions to go their way in a bang-bang. You could definitely tell that the scriptwriters are cooking up something. You can tell that FIFA is protecting these teams. You can absolutely tell. But until those smaller nations, like if Cape Verde were to all of a sudden have a superstar, Cape Verde would get the whistle. If Egypt, they have a superstar in Salah, but that's it. Like, that's all they have. They're not a highly ranked country in the grand scheme of things. They're not going to get that whistle. It's as simple as that. Even though I disagree on it, there's definitely some double standards for sure. Yesterday, you saw it in the Egypt game with the racist comments from towards the Egyptian players. I think Lautaro Martinez should have gotten booked for him starting fights or starting an altercation. I think he should have gotten that. I don't think the goal should have been overturned. And but at the same time, you think about it, Egypt, it's like you were up 2 goals. How did you blow it? And that's exactly what I thought here. Again, missed your comments again. Apologize here, but I had to get my points in here today. If you want to skip the line, throw in a super chat. Let's see here. Do y'all think we should be able to hear what goes on in VAR to clear all the weird stuff that happens, just for calls, but for the whole game? I like it. I think that's a good idea, JV. I know they do have, after controversial VAR calls, I know the Premier League, they do release the audio, but if you're talking about where they don't release audio, I haven't really heard any audio released at all for FIFA. In the Prem, they always do that, and I do believe that is right. Belgium is awake. They beat Spain. I don't think Belgium's going to beat Spain. I don't think they do. I think Spain is going to beat them. Let's see here. Bro, Argentina hates England because of the war. Imagine England beating them. Messi ain't no Maradona. Maradona hated England and took that match to heart. Hand to God. He didn't even score he didn't score legally. Don't worry, there'll be no England versus Argentina. Norway and Swiss will be the semi, and then James shaves his beard. Okay, I guess that's what they want you to do. Only 5 countries have won the World Cup. Time for a new team. I prefer Switzerland. Why is that, Michael? Why do you prefer Switzerland? I wonder why. Fabian, I am teaching my son to be a goon like the Hanson brothers for Team USA. Tell him to be a Kachuk. That's what I would say. Be like the Kachuk brothers. No, England can't win you on USA soil. We won't hear the end of it. All those crooked teeth. Just talking nonsense. I agree with JV. We can't allow England to win on the 250th anniversary on U.S. American soil. We can't. We genuinely cannot have that. We cannot have English win it on American soil. It's simple. It simply just cannot happen. Imagine my son kicking Messi in the balls field goal style. He would be a national team hero. America. I think a lot of Americans do like Messi, so I don't know if he would be considered a hero, Fabian, but that is definitely something. Again, has there been any updates at all on this, James, regarding the Argentina stuff?
Nothing yet. Still kind of looking through. It's still kind of the same thing. Talking about the fraud amount. People are saying up to 300 million in fraud, but nothing new otherwise.
Okay.
Still just the investigation and the response so far by the AFA that I read out to everybody.
Okay, gotcha. All right. This person says, this is from Twitter. I'm just reading on Twitter, guys. Argentina. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you want. It's just my last name. It's Klinsky Ryan. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you want to. I know Dave adds me all the time on Twitter and stuff. Sends me some stuff. So yeah, if you want to send me some stuff on Twitter, go right ahead. Argentina. This is from someone on Twitter. Argentina and Infantino have turned this World Cup into a full-blown circus. When Algeria and Egypt are filing complaints, the European Parliament is demanding an investigation, and voices like Mourinho, Carragher, Shearer, Rio Ferdinand, and Roy Keane are all speaking on the same scandal then this is no longer crying fan. It's a tournament-wide credibility crisis. FIFA can gaslight all they want, but the stain is already there. The more they force this Argentina script, the more they destroy the integrity of the World Cup itself. I would definitely agree with that statement from him. Whoa. This says, breaking, the FBI is reportedly investigating Argentina. The money amount on this, over $300 million is it's being reported. Over Argentina Football Association activities in the U.S. over alleged money laundering and fraud worth $300 million. I don't know if that is exactly right. This one says $260 million.
Yeah, that's one I got.
Yes, $260 million. So we'll just say right around $300 million, just for the argument's sake. No charges have been filed. Argentina. Okay, wow. I didn't realize that was the football. I didn't realize that was the money amount. $260 million is wild. $300 million is wild for all of this. That's just crazy. That is crazy work, guys. That's insane. Over almost $300 million. Wow. That is crazy work from Argentina. That's the amount of money they laundered. That's wild.
Can I say though? Can I just say really quick that I really miss the days when the biggest legal sports controversy was that like a player bet on his own team.
That happens all the time now.
I miss that. I miss that when it was the biggest controversy was somebody betting on their own team.
That happens all the time now.
Exactly. I miss the days when that was like awful, considered the worst thing you could do. But now it's like we're freaking laundering $300 million, and a guy over here used to bet like what $5 on his team, and he's getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And now it's like $300 million. Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, almost $300 million. Wow, that's crazy. Again, get your thoughts in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I don't know if we're at 10. That'd be masterclass trolling. I would agree if he could do that. Fabian says hit the like button. That means you guys have to hit the like button. If Fabian says so, you guys got to hit the like button. But I think that's a good thing because obviously you want to keep the integrity of the game. You have to keep it. If everyone knows that it's just cheated on and there's frauds, and I think FIFA has already proved that they have a history. They have a dark past. They have all that. They have an interesting dark past, and that's true. But this isn't helping their case at all. And I mean, we haven't had really any scandals since 2016. It's been about 12 years free. I think of that the chalkboard in the office where it's like 0 days since like no nonsense has happened, and it's like 12 years since any nonsense has happened. And if this comes out that Argentina was doing some crazy stuff, again, I don't know how involved the players are in this. I don't think the players would be involved. Again, you've gotta look at the higher ups. Don't blame the players for anything like this. But again, if it comes back that when Infantino got inducted as the FIFA president, and maybe he talked with Messi to get to the MLS and do all these different things, and he worked side by side with him to get him the calls to hey Messi, we need you to stay in world football because we want to make a shit ton of money. Then yeah, I think that is definitely something that hurts the legacy of Lionel Messi if something like that happens. But you've got to protect the integrity of the game, obviously, and if there's some really wrongdoing, you've got to bring it to light. I just don't think anything like that. I just don't see anything like that happening until a Lionel Messi retires and doesn't want to play anymore. I just don't see a reality where something like that happens. I don't. If there's any wrongdoing, bring it to light. But I feel that's just my opinion. That's not saying, this is not me saying, Messi was involved. Let's not do it because I want to keep seeing him play. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, because I don't want people to twist my words and all that. What I am saying is I don't see, and this is just what I believe, I just don't see a path where Messi gets in trouble. I don't see a path where Argentina gets in trouble until Messi retires. That's just me though. And that obviously hurts the integrity of the game because you've got to protect the integrity of the game. That is something that we have to see, and that is just something we have to wait and see. Ryan, Argentina Football Federation made a soccer camp and are charging $700 per week and using the face of the current squad to lure kids in. That's not good. Swiss Michael, we will retire Messi. Don't you worry. I'm intrigued to see the matchup now. I'm very intrigued to see the matchup. Truly, I truly am curious to see what that matchup is. But continue to get your thoughts in there. Let's get to 10 likes if we haven't already. We do have our exclusive content up as well coming up here soon. We're just about the hour mark. Let's hit a quick break here, James. We'll wrap up something. We'll wrap up any loose ends. Let's get into question of the day, then we'll get into our members only. But let's hit the break real quick. So don't go anywhere.
Great game footage starts with VIO. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your VIO footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your VIO experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
All right, episode 316 here. Just wrapping up some loose ends here. Again, Argentina investigation continues. JV in the chat has got a really good point that I do want to get into. But before we get into that, James has got something. Again, get your thoughts in about the situation. Could be anything about the World Cup. Could be anything about the Argentina side of things. But James, read that first. He read something to me over break. Read that first. But we do want to get into JV's comment after that too.
Yeah, so I found something interesting from Ground News. I didn't realize that this already happened. Apparently, Tapia and Tovagino were already prosecuted. So there was a federal criminal and economic judge who they already prosecuted the president and the treasurer for appropriation of tributes. Now he is being demanded to stay with the cause because they are investigating who the real owners of Mansion is, which was awarded to the Argentine Soccer Mother House. The judge rejected a request from the prosecutor. So far they're being investigated. Not only here, but over in Argentina still. The plot thickens here. So
they got multiple.
I'm starting to see. Who knows? We might even see this advance to who's going to be fighting over extradition, maybe even. Because who knows? Because if Argentina covers this, they're going to be like, hey, and the U.S. is going to be like, no, we want to keep them. So I mean, we're going to have to see what happens through this whole investigation. This is going to be interesting. We were talking about drama before with that red card.
Yeah.
And now we got more. I guess we're gonna have to watch Argentina now.
Yeah, I think Argentina.
Argentina's the new U.S. for us.
Argentina plays on Saturday, I think, right?
There we go.
Switzerland on Saturday.
There we go.
But yeah, no, that's interesting. What does the mother house mean? What does that mean?
Let's see.
They got a house? This is that is making the SEC. This is like SEC football right here, giving people houses and stuff.
So it refers to La Casa de D10S, the House of God, the childhood home of Diego Maradona. What? Okay.
Maradona's involved? He's dead.
Yeah. It's the childhood home of Diego Maradona.
So they gifted this house. And what they're upset about is
they're investigating who the actual owners are over this mansion here.
Okay.
So
do you have a picture of the mansion?
Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah, no, because that's interesting. So they're being already prosecuted in Argentina, and now, I mean, I take it would take place in the U.S. simply because it happened now. That's interesting. So, okay, so really, Argentina, I would love to be a lawyer in Argentina right now. I would be making so much money. Would have to work a ton, but I'd be making a ton of money based on all these cases and the extent and the magnitude of these cases. So they're already getting prosecuted for a house that they're giving that they somehow got the money for a house, and curious, maybe they're like, that is just kind of where all the Argentina files are being kept. Maybe this little house is where all the files are kept and all the dead bodies are kept. I don't know.
Boy.
And it's smart to put it in a house like that, but that is interesting. That is interesting to see how that gets into. Okay, I'm curious to see how that all plays out. But JV, this is what I want to get into. Again, if you have let me know if you have the photo of it. But JV says Platter, Infantino, and he is still the GOAT. How much help can someone get and still get called the GOAT? So you're saying if Argentina comes out as guilty, Messi is no longer the GOAT because of all the help that he has. Again, I don't believe, do not blame the player in this situation. Before we get that, throw up the house. Let me see this mansion, what it looks like. Oh, damn. That's a pretty nice mansion.
Yes.
And don't even know what's underneath it as well. Nice little pool. I take it all of that is the mansion, like even the one to the right, the middle.
Yeah,
the pool.
yeah. I mean, that's probably the one next to it. That's probably the servant's house. To be honest, that's usually what the at least in I know in Brazil. I don't know about Argentina, but I know in Brazil that's usually how the mansions are. Is you'll have your mansion, and then either further down or next to it there'll be a servant house. So
yeah, so I mean that's a lot of money to get to as well. So definitely, how much money was laundered in for that? How much fraud
nuts.
Did they get? Again, that's a big case too, because that is a massive piece of property. That's a lot of, and again, obviously you don't even know what's underneath it too, just in terms of basements. But to get to finish up JV's point there and his comment, what I would say is don't blame the player unless the player gets involved with it. Because I mean, Messi was, regardless, before 2016. Messi was still in the GOAT debate. It was just a lot tighter with him and Ronaldo. They're both in their primes, but don't fault him for that. I mean, he still put in a crazy amount of body work. Still scored, I think, 91 goals in a 365 day calendar year. The Ballon d'Ors, the La Liga titles, the Champions League. So again, don't knock him for all of that. What you blame is the Football Federation. It definitely probably puts a little dark cloud over those championships, the Copa Americas, the World Cup. And I mean, anything he did though before 2020 is, I mean, maybe I think anything before 2020 is definitely hindered on. But the World Cup, the 2 Copa Americas, yeah, maybe. But you have, but what I would say is just don't blame the player yet. Blame the higher-ups. It's the same thing with Balogun. Don't blame the players. Blame the federations. Blame the higher-ups. That's what you blame. Blame FIFA. Blame Argentina. Blame the mobsters that are running football. Argentina Football Association. Just do that. But don't blame the player unless Messi was directly involved in the situation. You can say he got all the help that he got. I don't know. But that's just like I would not blame the player unless he directly was involved in the meetings with everyone. But just don't blame the player at this. But that's the only thing I will say on this. Fabian, we're talking about Argentina. You guys have no idea about the turmoil with Brazil right now. I don't. I'll have to educate myself on that. I mean, I take it they're probably losing their mind based on what happened in the World Cup. That's a federation that has been dropped, that has not gotten one. Swiss says true dat. Okay. And Ronaldo is the GOAT anyway. So, again, no, Ronaldo isn't the GOAT. He is just in a pure state of delusion right now with Ronaldo, where he said, yeah, I like the Euros is bigger than FIFA, than the World Cup. No, it's not, Ronaldo. Shut up. You're just in denial that you haven't won the World Cup and you will never win the World Cup, and you just said that to say that. That's all it is. But yeah, Argentina again. If you're just hopping in, Argentina again, you can rewind the video. I mean, you could go back to the beginning where we have just mainly just talked about the Argentina and everything and what's going on. So yeah, no, it is Ronaldo McPaul. Ronaldo's the LeBron of soccer. What, just being second fiddle? Because, I mean, MJ's the GOAT. LeBron's not the GOAT. So, Swiss just trolling. Respect. I respect the troll. I respect it. So, what, Ronaldo and LeBron are just second in command, so they're not, that's why they're the good comparison there. So, someone that used to work with absolutely loved LeBron, like, with a passion. So, he would probably get a kick out of that comment. But, Yeah, again, continue to get your thoughts in there. Again, hit the like button. I don't know how far we are to 10, but if we could just get 10 likes on it as well. Again, we will be getting, after question of the day, we will be getting into our exclusive content in the members only. Again, I'm probably thinking it's going to...
We are at 9.
We're at 9 likes. We're just 1 away. Hit the like button if you haven't hit it yet. Just 1 like away to get to 10. It would be really appreciative of you guys. Again, appreciative of you guys as always. You guys have been great in the chat. You guys have been great, just supporting the show and the network, since this World Cup has started, and even before the World Cup has started. You guys have been great since the show has really started to kick off here in the month of July and in the month of June. Again, we still will do this after the World Cup as well. We will get into more of the club game and everything like that. And then obviously we're going to have some really good interviews with coaches all across the country. But again, continue to get your thoughts in there. But yeah, let's get into question of the day here.
All right, so question of the day. We've got a good one. So it's the answer to a never-ending story. What World Cup team should we be watching now that the U.S. men's national team is out? And what team should we watch after the World Cup? And not Arsenal, Ryan. Not Arsenal. Any other team but Arsenal, because we already know by default that's your go-to. So any other team but Arsenal after the World Cup, who are we watching? And who should we watch at the World Cup now, if you're a U.S. fan?
I would say, again, I think a lot of people are rooting for new winners because, soccer isn't built on parity. It's kind of the same teams, they just kind of flip-flop and turn. I would say Norway is definitely a good one. I think Switzerland is definitely a good one. Mm-hmm. I know they kind of grind out games. It's not as pretty as some people probably would like, but hey, they still get it done, and who doesn't love PK shootouts? And my guy Granit Xhaka, who I have a love-hate relationship with him. I would say probably Norway and Switzerland. I would probably say Argentina still, just based on what's going on. Again, JV's got a good comment I do want to get into. Swiss Michael says, I wish I saw you from the beginning of the World Cup. Well, you can go back to some of those watch parties and tune in and some of our shorts. I will say the USA Paraguay one was a really fun one to watch, and the Bosnia USA one was really fun to watch. You guys can go back there.
Sure.
I would say what was the Blazing Wing one? Canada, Qatar. If you guys want to go back,
I remember
there was
that.
I had 2 Blazing Wings that day. So if you guys want to see me in some pain, go into the Canada Qatar one. So you guys can do that. But I would say World Cup, definitely probably Norway, Switzerland if you want to see a new winner. France obviously has the superstars. You could tune in there. I don't want to tune in England. No, I don't want to tune in England. And then again, you guys can get your comments in there. I did do a Swiss versus Bosnia match that day as well, Michael. But that one was no one paid for the Blazing Wings yet, so I didn't have to do it yet. And then obviously, I think Argentina is going to be a fun watch, just simply because of the whole sideshows and the sidebars and all the drama. Because who doesn't love drama? But then I look at club teams. It's Arsenal, guys. I'm just saying. I would absolutely love. I would say watch Arsenal. That's just me.
Not Arsenal. It literally says not Arsenal. That is the stipulation.
But that's my team, though.
That's why you can't pick it. You got look. It's like any other thing. Like when you're voting, like you can't vote for yourself. Sometimes you can't vote for yourself.
Fabian says Real Madrid, bro. Don't watch Real Madrid. That's again. We want to talk about corruption. Just watch Real Madrid. Ronald says just for front running France, they gonna win. I could see France winning for sure. They have the biggest superstars. They've probably been the best looking team in the tournament thus far. Root for whatever team is playing against Pulisic at AC Milan. Wow, we just be hating on Pulisic. So Juve, Inter Milan, who else? Napoli, Roma, all those teams. So again, I would say Arsenal, but that's a hard one for me to say because Arsenal's my team. I'm not gonna say root for anyone else but Arsenal. Swiss says thank you guys, it was fun.
I didn't say that you had to root for them. They're just somebody to watch.
Swiss says thank you guys, was fun. Peace out. During the season, you don't watch soccer, you watch ice hockey. LOL. I'm not a big hockey guy. I'll tell you that.
That's what I grew up with. I grew up with
I know
hockey.
James is a big hockey guy. I am not that big of a hockey guy. I don't mind being there though. I don't mind watching it, but I'm a hockey casual is what I should say. Swiss. I'm a hockey casual, but you will definitely see us reporting on all of the club games and all the leagues around the world, domestically and obviously abroad. But oh gosh, Real Sociedad is a very fun one to watch. They always produce some talent. I've always had a soft spot for Dortmund, simply because they've had a couple of Americans go through there. Matthias Albert is obviously there. Cole Campbell is there currently. Pulisic and Reyna came through there. So I would say I've always had a soft spot for Dortmund. And they also produce some really, really young talent. Swiss says, hockey forever, only NFL is better. Oh, what NFL team are you, Swiss? What NFL team are you? Hopefully it doesn't say a bad team. I would like to hear what he says.
The Bears.
Duh, Bears.
The Bears.
Duh, the Hammond Bears. Duh, Hammond Bears. Arsenal can kiss my arse, bro. Arsenal, it's the EPL champs, bro. Ooh. I would say Dortmund, though. I've always had a soft spot for them. Real Sociedad, I think, is a good one. No way.
What?
He's got to
really? Are you got to be shitting me?
He's got to be trolling, bro. He's got to be trolling.
No.
He's got to be trolling.
No.
He can't be a Bears fan.
The Bears. The Bears.
He can't be trolling, bro.
Listen here, folks. Swiss Michael's over there in Switzerland. He's got himself a nice Labatt, and he's drinking it with the Bears. He's having his beers with the Bears.
He's got to be trolling. Hey, he still can't beat the Lions, I'll tell you that. But no, I'd say Sociedad. I would say Dortmund's a fun one to watch. In the Premier League, I can't really say anything because it's just Arsenal. La Liga, I said that one. And tune in any team. If you're an American, tune in any teams where the Americans are at. Ronald, the Bears. Chicago all my life since the 1990s. Bro.
Somebody likes punishment just as much as we do here in Detroit, apparently.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are Lions fans. I will tell you that. But I don't hate Caleb Williams. I think he's a good quarterback. Bro, the Bears are not winning it. I will tell you that. Speaking of corruption, but Barcelona is not brought up. We did bring up Barcelona on the show months ago about their whole Real Madrid suing them, whatever it is. Florentino Perez has crashed out. We did bring that up. Barcelona definitely is some corruption as well. Going to win the Super Bowl next February, or the Vikings? No. As much as I love J.J. McCarthy and what he's done for the Michigan Wolverines, no, the Vikings are definitely not going to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, no, that's going to wrap it up here in episode 316. Again, we're going to get into the members only here on Inside the Game. If you guys want to become a member, catch that as well on right here on the YouTube National Soccer Network. Number one ranked in the East, Detroit Pistons until the playoffs. So Ronald is Ronald a Pistons fan? I'm hoping we get KD. I would not be mad if we got Kevin Durant, though. Would not be mad if we got KD, because the Pistons need to add a score to Cade. Golden years ahead for the Bears. No, I mean Vikings fans also suffer that. Oh, gotcha. Kathy hopping in here. Boo Arsenal, bro. Why is everyone hating on Arsenal? Everyone stop hating on Arsenal. We got 5 minutes until we get to the members. We can just get into the chat, honestly. We can continue getting your comments until the members only in the next 5 minutes. So, that is. We can just let's hear your comments for the next 5 minutes before we get into the members only. Kathy's probably like a Man United fan. That's probably what he is. Golden year, dude. The Bears are not winning anything. I'll tell you that. Fabian, I'm switching to any rival of the Detroit Lions because he likes Messi.
Hey, the Bears win draft picks. By being horrible.
That is true. Chicago, the state of Illinois doesn't even like the Chicago Bears. Their own state doesn't even like them. That's why they're going to Indiana. The Hammond Bears. That's why.
Oh, man. Those draft picks are exactly how I used to justify Lions being so. I'm like, they're just trying to get the good draft pick.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all they're doing. It's deliberate.
JV says, speaking of punishment, imagine being a Raiders fan. Dude, they've been horrible. I'm not a big fan of Fernando Mendoza, if I'm being completely honest. He is like the nicest human being I think I've ever seen in my life, but I just don't think he's that good of a quarterback. But they do have Kirk Obans. So they do have Kirk Cousins. They do have, what's his name? Genty. They do have Genty, and they still have... from the state of Michigan, Max Crosby. He played at Eastern, did not play at the University of Michigan, but they do have Max Crosby. I'm happy if the Bears beat the Cheeseheads. Bro, I think Swiss, we can all come to a common ground though. F the Packers. F the Packers. I think we can all agree on that.
Definitely agree.
The Packers. Like F the Packers. I think we can all agree on that. But like, no one likes the Packers.
I don't even eat cheese when the Packers play.
James, did you see that one Lions fan a couple years ago that brought a cheese grater into the in the stadium and like was grinding cheese? The game where we went for it on 4th down with like a minute and a half to go and we were already in field goal range. All we needed was a field goal to win. Like there was a guy that brought cheese into the stadium. That was awesome.
Wait, was that the thing? No, that wasn't the Thanksgiving game.
No. It was like a random Thursday night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No, because we played.
That's how we lost to the Packers the last time. The last time I actually went and watched them lose by a field goal to the Packers on Thanksgiving one time.
And that was right after that one was the whole that Thanksgiving game that year was Matt Eberflus didn't know what a timeout was.
Yeah.
That was that one.
Oh my gosh. He switches to Velveeta during Packers games. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that one, Ronald.
Or I get those Kraft singles, which is pretty much just vegetable oil and whatever yellow coloring that they use.
Exactly. Swiss says, love you guys. Well, we love you too. We love everyone in the chat. Ronald, Fabian, Swiss, JV, Kathy now made an appearance, but she said boo Arsenal, so I don't really know if I love her back. We've got Dave, obviously, he's always hanging around. Layla and Frank always hanging in there. We've had Baco, Fred. They've been in there mainly these last couple of weeks. Again, we will still continue the show post World Cup. Maybe we'll have like a little bit of a break though, because man, we've been going like full. We've been going full blast here at the National Soccer Network getting this World Cup in, and we got a break here today though. No World Cup matches. Again, the show has already wrote itself though for tomorrow. Update you guys on Argentina and then talk about the USA, because what I wanted to talk about today will be obviously thrown into tomorrow simply because of the fact that we didn't get into anything that we really didn't get into anything we wanted to talk about at all today. The whole breaking news kind of took over, but hey, that is just what it is. AFA and Negreira and AFA common thing is Messi. Well, he's the greatest player of all time. You got to protect Lionel Messi. But yeah, no, that's going to wrap it up here for Inside the Game episode 316. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the St. Patrick's Day episode 317. I'm out, almost dinner time. Have a great rest of your days, guys. Peace out. Peace out to Swiss. Peace out to everyone. Get us to 10 likes if we haven't gotten to 10 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes for the members only. If you want to become a member, join it right now. If not, we'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 317 of Kathy's a Man City fan. Don't insult me by a Man United fan. I'd hate Man United fans more than Man City fans, but I still don't like Man City fans. I still don't. James, add that to the list of things that I hate. Add that to the things that I list.
Will do.
Kathy's a Man City fan.
It's a very long list.
Hey, Man City bottled it this year. That's all I gotta say. James will be back with his Bieber haircut, his Justin Bieber haircut tomorrow. But anyway, moving on to our members only. See you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. 317.
Yeah, you did.
Oh crap! My bad, guys. Just trying to get updated here. Just trying to get updated for.
Oh, Ryan! Welcome to the exclusive members-only segment.
Yeah, sorry. Just trying to get updated here. I saw a video of Messi from like 2019, and he was talking about how it was rigged in Copa America. But again, we wanted to talk about the USA today. We're going to talk about the US here in our members only. We'll talk more in depth. We'll go more. I'm still. This show is not where I thought it was going to go today. When I walked in here today, I thought, wow, Messi, greatest player of all time. Egypt, massive choke job, whatever it is. And then I was like, wow, 5 minutes before the show, breaking Argentina
that
news.
was nuts.
James, we've got to change absolutely everything. But hey, it just is what it is.
I'll be honest with you. The last couple like breaking news things have been, in my opinion, the best that we've done. I mean, these have been awesome.
The Balogun. We've had a lot of breaking news. But anyway, let's talk about the U.S. I talked a little bit. I touched on it a little bit yesterday about the depth of the U.S. men's national team and the depth of are we producing USA soccer players at a high level? Sorry, also posting this like viral clip of Messi. So again, apologies here. It's just going back and forth. But what I would say is about the USA. And I don't think we develop players as much. I did see something the other day where it was like, they just develop wallets. They don't develop, players, anything like that. Sure, that's true. But I genuinely think that the pay-to-play model is like the biggest excuse in all of USA soccer. Saying, hold on. I got to get this one. It's a video of Messi saying it's rigged in 2019 before. So I need to get this out, guys. Sorry. I don't want to lose you guys already. But this is what. Oh my God, dude! I need to post. Hold on. I need James. What should we do without the World Cup today? Well, what should we do?
Oh my gosh, what should we do without the World Cup? I don't know, man. What are we gonna do?
Like touch grass? I don't know.
Touch grass, yeah. I will say though, like the day after, because obviously our studio is in a spot where they have also soccer going on, downstairs, and the day after Belgium, I'm seeing all these kids practicing. I'm like, shouldn't today be a day of mourning? Why?
That's funny. So what I would say is for our development, again, pay to play I think is just a lazy excuse, and I've said that yesterday. I said that just now. I genuinely think it's a lazy excuse because if pay to play, again, every sport in America you got to pay for. Football, basketball, hockey, whatever it is. You've got to pay for it all the time. The issue is that none of it is actually it's not done the right way. That's the bigger issue with youth development. What do I mean by that is you have teams that are from the same state of Michigan and they will travel to like Tennessee to go play a game, and they're just playing a team from Michigan where they could have just stayed in their own state, slept in their own beds, but now they're playing in this showcase against teams from Michigan, and they have to go to a hotel, pay all that, the restaurants, the fast foods, the gas, the travel, all of that stuff. So that's like that to me is a bigger issue. It is USA youth soccer should be much more regionalized, and it just isn't. It should be much more regionalized. And I genuinely think that what they should do is, again, the top leagues, whatever. Maybe you add a little bit of promotion, relegation when it comes to these youth development leagues or these youth leagues. Maybe you have like 1 year. Oh, they can finally compete for the national championship this year. It's almost like the Champions League and all that in that sense. But again, and it's not like you get more money, you get less money. You just don't compete in the big tournaments, in the national tournaments. That's the only knock on it. And it's not like, you're not going to get as much money, whatever it is. Maybe you get some prize money for winning it all and competing. That defeats the purpose. But They just don't make it regionalized, and it needs to be much more regionalized. It isn't. It needs to be regionalized, and that I think that's where we struggle. And because obviously pay to play is an issue. You think about basketball, you got to pay for it. Really hasn't hurt us yet. Hockey hasn't hurt us clearly. Look at the Olympics. Football hasn't hurt us. Look at the talent that we've been producing. Football has been hurting because of 7v7s. That's why it's been getting hurt, especially in terms of quarterback play. But when it comes to soccer, I think we do it backwards. I think that we are trying to build tactics. I think we are trying to build the whole notion of, playing out of the back way too early. Look, U8 soccer to like U15, U14, whatever it is. Just get touches on the ball. That's all you got to do. Just get touches on the ball. Just get as many touches. Play games, whatever it is. But like the tactical side of things, who cares about what it looks like? Who cares that an 8-year-old team can pass the ball out of the back? Who cares about that? Just get touches on the ball. And quite frankly, guys, no one is going to care about your U8 record. The only people that care about your U8 record is your mom and dad. That's it. And so they can post on Facebook. That's it. That's the only thing. That's what they care about the most. And just simply, if we could get more touches on the ball, because we saw it yesterday. We can't touch a ball. We can't turn, or 2 days ago. We can't touch the ball. We can't turn. We can't pass. We can't dribble. We can't do all of that. That's where it hurts us. And we have got to be able to turn out of pressure. We've got to be able to pass the ball. We've got to do all those fun things, and we just don't do that. And I think we need to get more touches on the ball as early kids. I think we need to keep things more regionalized. And I think what it should be is it should be the Midwest plays against the Midwest. We have I'm talking about like the ECNLs and all that. We have more regionalized stuff. We have the South playing the Southeast plays the Southeast. Texas could be its own division. It's Texas. You've got NorCal and SoCal. They're their own thing. You've got the Mountain West. They're their own thing. The Northeast is its own thing. The Great Plains area, that's its own thing. Like that's just what it should be. And that's just not the case. And you've got teams that are like myself included. My team one time was like, dude, let's raise money and go to Vegas. Like, how fun would that be? And it was absolutely fun. And we played teams from Utah and we played teams from California. And like that's all we played. But those teams are coming to Vegas just to play the same exact teams that they could have played in their own state. But for us, it's like, dude, let's go there. Let's just play them. And that's where I think we just get it backwards. And it's just. I just don't believe. Just think that we're just doing it completely wrong. We're doing it backwards. Again, and my name's not Landon Donovan, so I'm not just going to say it's wrong and not give you any solutions. I'll give you solutions. Landon Donovan won't give you solutions. I think we do it backwards. I think we need to get more touches on the ball, and I think most importantly, we need to keep things a little bit more regionalized to cut down on the costs. If you go in England, the size, everyone's like, oh my God, the academies, it's England. England is the size of Michigan. The whole country is playing soccer. And it's the size of Michigan. Like, do we not realize that yet, guys? Do we not realize that? I'm just saying, like, their cost is going to be way cheaper because their country is the size of a state compared to the U.S., which is like, I don't know how we've got our size is like the size of Europe, right? Isn't the U.S. like the size of Europe, the whole continent? Well, maybe not. No, because not the whole continent.
Yeah.
Isn't U.S. the same square footage?
Let me just double check because I know that Michigan itself, is the size. Let's see. The U.S. spans making up a large portion. It's the third largest continent. U.S. is nearly the exact same size as the entire continent of Europe.
Exactly. Like all of a sudden, you're going to have to turn all those English teams. You're going to have to go to Croatia to go play. You're going to have to go to Portugal and go play. All of a sudden, players can't afford it. Like that's the reality of it, guys.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, we span an area of approximately 3.79 million square miles.
Exactly, guys. It's going to take like. You've got to factor in travel. You got to factor in fast food. You got to factor in hotels. Like you can't just get up one day, drive 2 hours, and go play a game against one of the best teams in the country. No, you gotta probably fly across the country for that, and that obviously costs money. So that's obviously a thing. And I think though, if we can lower the cost for them, you're gonna get those win at all cost kids. Like you see it in basketball. Like the tough upbringing for certain.